Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I really want to talk about stretching. I haven't talked about that enough, and it's something that's very important to me, and it's just important in general, I believe. There's a lot of different controversy about it, but in my life I have stretched starting with dancing, and then I have kept it up, and I have to just tell you that being more agile, being able to really move better and feeling better from stretching and not being so sore, not being so tight has really made a difference in my life. Today I'm going to talk about hamstring stretches because the hamstring is really one of the most important muscles to stretch. The hamstring is this muscle right back here, and this muscle, when it's tight, if you think about it, when it gets tight, it's going to affect your back and it affects your knees. So when we feel like, oh, our back hurts, our knees hurt, a lot of times it's because our hamstrings are really tight. So one of the best ways to really, stretch your hamstrings, is to you can use so many different apparatuses. I have a band, but I also am going to show you that even with a towel, just a regular towel, you can do a stretch with the towel. So what I'm going to have you do is you're going to lay down on your back. One of your legs is bent, one of your legs is up. Now, the key to a lot of this too is alignment. The leg that is straight is going to be the one that you're stretching. But if the one that's bent is out to the side or rolling in or rolling out, you're going to feel a whole different stretch. So I want you to pay attention to the whole body. So you want to think about the leg that's on the ground with your toe, knee, hip, and shoulder in alignment. You're going to take your towel and you're going to put it over your foot, just like that, okay? And you do not have to pull, you do not have to force it. What I want you to make sure that you're doing is that you're keeping your hips down on the ground. A lot of times people do this and now their hips are coming off the ground, and that's not doing much at all. So it does not matter if you get your leg that far back. A lot of people think, oh, I'm so great. Look at how far back my leg goes. But flexibility has nothing to do with ability. It has to do with just your own range of motion. So from here, what I want you to do is I want you to think about stretching the hamstring. So I'll hold this position for about 60 seconds. And I will just breathe nice and deep into my hamstring. If you're feeling it behind the knee, that could be that you have hyperextension. So you want to bend slightly and see if you feel it more in the hamstring. Because if you're hyperextended, you're going to feel it more in the knee. So you have to kind of play around with that. Now what I'm going to have you do is you're going to point your foot, okay? So I'm going to take this off just to show. So pointing is that, flexing is this. So when you point, you're going to point and you're going to hold, and you're going to hold that for a count of 10, and then you're going to flex and hold that for a count of 10. So I'm going to do it just with the strap so that you can see it a little better. Now, it hurts. It's a good hurt, but it hurts. And I want you again to think about keeping your hips on the ground as you do this. You're going to point, you're going to hold that for a count of 10. You're going to flex, hold that for a count of 10. Do that 6 times on each side. Then what you're going to do is you're going to switch legs. Again, bottom leg, make sure it's in alignment. your toe, your knee, your hip, your shoulder is in alignment. You don't want this leg out to the side. This leg, this hamstring, these hips are down on the ground. You're pulling, but you're not forcing. And you're gonna hold and you're gonna breathe into this hamstring. 60 seconds. Once you've done that, you're going to point your foot. You're gonna hold that for a count of 10. This actually you will feel in the shin, which is a very hard area to stretch. So it feels great. And then when you flex, that's a pretty like, that always kind of you go, whoa, because it really targets the calf and it gets it in a way that like you really just don't expect that it's gonna feel so intense. And then you point again for a count of 10 and you'll flex again for a count of 10. You do that about 4 times. And then I want you to do each side twice, because on the second time, you'll notice that it actually feels better. It feels a little looser. Your range of motion is better. And there's nothing cooler than seeing that immediate result of stretching. It's literally the best pain medication you could ever have because it's instant relief and it makes you feel so much better. So I would love for you to be able to do this stretch as many times as you can, even if you just say 1 day a week you're gonna do it. It's just gonna help you feel so much better, okay? So enjoy.